Hi everyone. A bit of a gripe is this really, and call it a general chit chat if you like. I was in need of an impact gun. I've got battery drills, Dewalt battery drills and stuff, but I wanted an impact gun. So I went on eBay and had a look, and I found this one here. And I mean, I should have known better really, because it was £37, and yeah, I'm sure you and me both know that for £37 not to expect too much. However, it boasted an impact of 520 Newton meters, which is phenomenal. And I thought, yeah, that's going to whip me wheels off my car easy and my van, and be great. Any big bolts, you know, undoing stuff like this great big thing. And I thought, I'm going to have a go at that, and sure enough, a couple of days later, it came to my door. Let's have a look at it. So what you get is a charger, which you believe was a fast charger, but the weight of it weighs about half an ounce, so it probably isn't. You get a bag of impact sockets with 4 different sides. No, there's 5 actually, there's one in there. No, oh, it's a rubber band, no. So 4 impact sockets. That's good. You get an impact drill, and clearly marked on the side, if you can see. It says voltage 22 is it? 21 volts. Motor type brushless. Maximum torque 520 Newton meters. That's what it says. It came with a little plastic cover on it that I don't know what the whole idea of that is, because the first time I used it, it just fell off. Comes with 2 batteries, 21 volt. No mention of the amp hour whatsoever, but heavy-ish. A battery life little meter on the back. What could go wrong? So bob that on, and we've got ourselves a 520 Newton meter impact gun. Only it's not 520 Newton meters, and I'd have my doubts as if it managed 25, 50 at tops. It's absolutely useless. There's a little button you can press and it gives you different power levels. Let's read what it says. Get a bit of lights on it. What does it say? It's ineligible. Large. I don't know, but when you press that, you've got your different levels. That light's on there. The next 2 don't seem to do a damn thing. Maybe battery's a bit low now, so I have used it. But to feel it in your hand, it feels okay. And I've no doubt if you had some 6mm bolts, maybe even up to 8, you could run them up and down, on and off, dead easy, it'd be great. However, it's not 8mm bolts I'm trying to run up and down. It's things like 12, 14mm and car wheel nuts, and my van especially, very tight. What at a good value? No. It probably wasn't worth the box that it come in. Absolutely useless. wasted £37. Brother-in-law's bought one exactly the same, different colour. I think he got his for £34 something. And I think he got an extra socket in his. But what a pile of junk. I've always wanted a decent impact gun, I've never had one. So with that, I thought, I'll have a look on Screwfix catalogue. Brother-in-law were on about that. I use Screwfix a lot. And brother-in-law said, have a look on Screwfix, see what you can find. So I looked, and I found loads that were Makitas and, what's that, Milwaukee, and Dewalt. And the Dewalt one seemed pretty much the cheapest. This is the DCF 900N, N for November, and it's the new one. I don't think it's been out a million years, but it's supposed to be one of the most powerful ones in the world for an 1/2-inch drive. So I went onto YouTube and I did loads of little searches, like I always do if I want out and see what people have said. And there were loads of them, but some of them were a bit rubbishy reviews, but there was one guy, and I've seen him before, and he's got like a long board, and he's got all Newton meter scale pressure devices, all digital, and then he's got a fancy screen outside with graphs on, and he's got a machine a bit bigger than this, and it's for torquing up to a certain Newton meters so that he can do his tests, and it's got a screen on the back of it. Amazing little machine. Well, I'm saying amazing little machine. It probably cost thousands of pounds. But he did that, and he did a load of comparisons, and this one came out the best. So I thought, yeah, I'll go for that one, £225. It doesn't seem that ridiculous, although it's not cheap. So I was just about to click buy it now, and on my computer screen, a little box bobbed down and said, this item is £50 cheaper at Tools, not Tools for You, Tools Station or something it was. Oh, right, I'll have a look at that. So I clicked on it and had a look at it. £179 there. Like, wow, that is a lot cheaper. Read through all reviews and everything, and I do believe some years ago I bought some other tackle off them, but I can't remember what it was. Might have been some milling cutters or something. Anyway, a couple of days later, it turned up. Now, this is a different thing. This is what you call a bad boy. It weighs a ton. It is so heavy. I've only got 1.3 amp hour batteries, so I'm not expecting the best out of it until I can get a bigger battery. I've got 3 of these to go with my Dewalt battery drill. But what a machine. So let's talk about Newton meters. So we've got that other one. Turn that torch off. It's 520 Newton meters, but we know for a fact it's probably never even reached 50, which equals, if you're in old money, 382 foot-pounds, which is, you know, wow. If it do that, that'd be great. It would have done all I wanted, but it don't. I've tried it on my wheel nuts on my TVR, because I've got the car up in the air and the front wheels. I thought I'd cracked the wheel nuts and I hadn't, which means dropping the car back down again, putting the back wheels back on, just so that I can get some weight onto the front wheels to undo the wheel nuts, which is a bit of a nightmare. Hence, I thought I'm going to bite the bullet and get myself a nice impact gun. This one, now I don't doubt this, and I've seen the tests that the guy did, and I'll explain them in a minute. 1,396 Newton meters, which is 1,030 foot-pounds, over 1,000 foot-pounds. Now, on undo, this is tightening, and undo, it's something like 1,896. So watch this guy for probably a good half an hour or more doing these tests. And when he come to use this for undoing, he ended up tightening one bolt. It went up in stages from 100 right up, and he got to 1,500 foot-pounds, and it undid it. It took a while, but it undid it. Then he went up to 1,600 foot-pounds, and it struggled. He said it would have undone it after a while, but he only gives them the test 10 seconds. And he said probably after 25 or 30 seconds it may have come undone. But he said you're pushing it a bit at that. none of the other ones could go anywhere near that. Most of them dropped off at 1,300 foot-pounds. So we're convinced. I thought, I'm going to get that. So that'll whip my wheel nuts off. It'll do anything I want. And I've at last got myself an impact wrench that I've always wanted. You know, since I've been a kid, I've always wanted an impact wrench and never had one. My dad bought one, an Ingersoll Rand, an air one. It was jiggered, it was worn out. I bought one off eBay, an air one, to go with my big compressor I've got. And that wasn't that clever either. It won't undo my van wheel nuts. I end up having to crack them by hand. And I had an electric one I got from Rufford Car Boat in New York, and I think I paid £5 for it, which obviously told me it was jiggered, without swearing, and it was worn out. So I got myself a brand new one. Okay guys, I just thought I'd do that little comparison of buying something cheap and thinking you're getting a bargain. Yeah, and it wasn't quite a bargain at all, was it? So, I mean, I'm not going to throw it away or anything. I've still got it and I'll keep it. It's just that pretty much useless. Be alright for screwing screws in wood, I guess. It's actually got the hole, I think, in the end. Putting bits in. Putting a bit in. So yeah, it'll be alright for screwing screws in. That's about it. Has that got a hole in the end? No. Why would it? It'd rip screw clean out, wouldn't it? There you go. Baby, useless, unfortunately. It looks the business. Look good up on the shelf. That's about it. That was £179, but all you got was the body. You didn't even get a battery with it. It come with nothing. So that's what you got in this box, and that's it. But I think the ideal battery for that's going to be a 5 amp hour. I think you can get a 6, but probably a 5 amp hour would be ideal. I'll have a go with that. I mean, even if it only lasts for 20-30 seconds with a little battery, and I've got 3 of them and 2 chargers that I got one given, and I got one when I bought my new drill, so I can keep them up and charged. As long as they'll undo wheel nuts and big bolts and things, I'm not bothered for it to run all day or anything like that. We're not running a garage. Okay guys, just a little comparison and a little gripe really, to say don't believe all that's written on a box. 520 Newton meters. I mean, that is a lot, you know, 382 foot-pounds. When I put the 2-post car lift in, I've got myself a 2 foot long, whatever they are, length, torque wrench, and I set that to 100 Newton meters for these concrete bolts that's holding this thing together to the concrete base. And at 100, I was struggling pulling. At 100 foot-pounds, I was really struggling pulling. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click as I like and subscribe. I don't do lots of tool reviews. I did some quite some time ago, some Aldi stuff, and I think I might have done a bit of Lidl stuff, but and it's not a tool review for any particular company. I wish it was, they'd give me that for now, wouldn't they? Not a chance. Thanks for watching guys, and the next video I'll be starting, I believe, the TVR front end. I'm going to start tearing that apart and sorting out these big Brembo 4-pot calipers and how I'm going to mount them to the car. So I'm guessing that'll be some milling machine work, and I might have to order some mild steel, because I've seen adapters come that are aluminium, but not come to me, but supplied to others that have been aluminium, and I don't think a caliper carrier, especially for an iron caliper, not an alloy one, it's probably going to be much good in aluminium. So I'm going to make them out of steel, probably not stainless. I'll probably use mild steel, which is strong stuff. Thanks guys, we'll see you. waste of time. One wheel bolt off. I won't tighten it because I need these off anyway. Just shows you the net difference. Pile of junk against something that's branded and good. Thanks for watching, guys.